Welcome, everyone, to the L7C Podcast Wrestling Edition. Today, we are back talking some wrestling, and we have our wrestling expert, Mr. Consistent Jacob Mason. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fantastic, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. And, man, since we've been gone for a little bit, there's been a lot of shit happening in the wrestling world, and I mean a lot of major stuff.
A lot of drama happening here in the world of professional wrestling.
Like, it's just been wild. We're just going to get right into it. Let's just go straight to it. The Queen, Charlotte Flair. For people who don't know, there's been so much drama with Charlotte. It's been ridiculous. It all started October 22nd with the segment with her and Becky Lynch. As everyone knows, our last podcast when we made our own drafts, which was fantastic, by the way. They actually did do their drafts, and Charlotte and Becky switched. Friday, they had a segment. They were supposed to do a title flip, which was the stupidest thing ever, but okay. And Charlotte really wasn't liking that idea. So she went rogue, and she dropped the title on the mat instead of handing it to Becky. Sonya Deville, you could see her screaming to tell Flair to pick it up, which she did, but then Lynch threw her title at Flair in disgust. People thought that was an angle, and all the articles, Ringside News, Bleacher Report, that was not. That was a shoot. And it was so bad that Charlotte and Becky had to be separated at the end of the night backstage. Charlotte had to be escorted out of the arena. Sonya Deville was so mad that she was ready to fight Charlotte Flair in the back. So it's been bad. And people thought this might have been stemmed from Andrade literally tweeting "fuck WWE." So that was bad. As people know, Andrade, the real life lover, fiance, don't know if they ever got officially married yet, of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, in the title thing, she didn't want to look weak. So that was her thing. And there's been stuff saying that Flair wanted to lose the title to Bianca Belair. Other superstars in the back saying that's not true. So there were some people in Charlotte's camp reportedly saying that Charlotte just needs to try and leave WWE, which that's impossible. She signed long term. Jacob, what the hell is this? This is probably we've said that she runs the show more so than Roman. But what the hell do you think of all this, and what do you do?
All right, so let's get this out there. I'm sure the listeners at the L7C know. I am no fan of Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Ever since she beat Asuka one of the 8,000 times she's beat her, and I was in the back crying about how bad she needed this, I was like, get the hell out of here. I haven't liked Charlotte since that moment. So I think Charlotte's just an absolute crybaby whine ass.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do? You're just doing she didn't want to look weak. It's Charlotte Flair. You're never going to look weak, because every time you look weak, you're going to turn right back around and win the title back. So you never look bad. You never look weak. You look too over. That's the problem. You're simply too over, and it's not that you're too over a face. It's just you're too over as a person. Charlotte Flair can go away the problem is Charlotte Flair could go away for 2 years and it wouldn't matter, because the whole time we'd be talking going, as soon as Charlotte comes back, Charlotte's running shit.
Which has happened. That has literally happened. There's a legit, it's not even us being haters. There's a legit track record of when she comes back, she instantly wins the title.
Yeah. So what do you do with her? I mean, it really doesn't matter what you do with Charlotte, because Charlotte's going to Charlotte no matter what she does. I mean, let's be honest. Vince isn't going to turn down Charlotte.
Right.
Charlotte's going to stay in business for herself, which, she's smart. She should stay in business for herself, but at the same time, she's such a bitch about it, I'm guessing. are such a whine ass about it. So I don't know what the hell you do with her. Me, I'd love nothing more. Just let her get beat by, I don't know, Liv Morgan every week or some shit like that, or something. I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? What do you think you do, Martin?
I think the thing is that out of the four of them, the four horsewomen, everyone knows like she is less. I mean, they've all done jobs for people, but the other three have stayed away for a bit. Like we're realists. We talked about if you take away that one, the year of the man, Becky's had the worst career out of the four of them.
Yep.
So it's like Bailey would do the job. Shasta was always doing the job. She'd lose every pay-per-view and give a fucker a title. But Flair, it's like she'll lose, but then she doesn't lose because we know like when it really matters, she's going to win the title. Like the Royal Rumble this past year with Bianca Belair won and Flair was third and she was there smiling when she got eliminated. We all says like, oh, she's going to get the title soon. And like sooner or later, like as soon as Nikki Cross became champ, I was like, oh, this is going to be a week-long thing. And then she tapped her out and like, it's just ridiculous. There was a one time she came back during the COVID thing, came back with Asuka, instantly won the tag team titles. Then they break up. First day, she's like, oh, I want the women's title from Asuka. Like, there are other people there. If we remember, we reported this a long time ago, too. Peyton Royce's mom said that there are other people on the roster who deserve a chance. And it's just interesting to me because going back to our other fine work, the Fox Women Superstars $5, $4, $3, $2, $1, and how all those girls got offended. But if you're more than a $1, how come you're not getting title shots? Why do they keep going to Charlotte?
Yeah,
like I don't get it. And there was reports too that people were mad on SmackDown that they were switching Becky for Charlotte because it's her. It's like I don't know. I know the one thing we're just gonna get that out of the way. She's not quitting. She literally just started SmackDown this past Friday, so she ain't quitting. They're not letting her leave. I don't know. Do you do it the old school way? You get Charlotte in a room. You get a moderator. They don't have JR, so it can't be him. You get Michael Cole, and one by one, each girl who has an issue with her, they air it out, and then just keep it strictly professional for the rest of the way. Or what do you do? You can't just have her work with people she likes, because that might be nobody.
Right. She needs a piece of humble pie. That's what she needs.
But how? It's how though? It's not the old Triple H, one of my favorite quotes ever. Sometimes you're gonna have to eat shit and like it. I don't think they do that anymore.
Not with your top stars. You just keep pushing them, no matter what. So take her down. Have her lose. I mean that's it. But are you willing to do that to one of your like the top woman star?
I don't think so. I like lose. Yeah, she could lose the title, but lose and then not be in the main title picture. Would she be okay having a 9 p.m. non-title match against Liv Morgan and having like a match with her trying to put her over as the next contender?
It'd probably be honestly, when you think about it, if they would do that, it'd be the best thing for the women's division. So if you look at how much time the women are getting now, again, back on Raw and SmackDown, they ain't getting shit. You throw.
That's a good thing you brought that up because I want to bring those exact times up when I bring that up, but keep going.
Yeah, so if you do that, I mean, more eyes, will be on that low rating point. It would theoretically be the best thing. Where, all right, Charlotte, like you're gonna lose your title in here. Welcome to the shit spot. Make the shit spot good, and maybe we'll consider, you back into the title picture. I have no idea. WWE's created a monster. That's it. You created a monster, and now you gotta deal with it.
And there's a lot of talent on there. Obviously, Bianca Belair, she is not officially sponsored by the L7C podcast. We don't have merch. But we obviously sponsor Bianca Belair because we've been behind her since day one on this thing. So she's been ascending. But like out of that, who else? Like besides the four, I mean, Sasha came back. It's right back to Charlotte and Sasha. Shotzi Blackheart's going to try and get in there, but we all know she stands no chance. They're not putting on her. Raw, it's Becky and Bianca, but who else? Alexa Bliss is gone. Gone for the time being. Selena Vega won Queen of the Ring, but that's not going to do anything. And like I could just go through the list. It's just who needs to arise. I mean, if you want to do it, but I think what they should do a Cena Lesnar SummerSlam like match for Charlotte. Charlotte being the Cena, have Shayna be Lesnar, have Shayna beat the dog shit out of her and take the strap. That'd be one of the biggest rubs in women history. Because Shayna needs to be that type of badass champion. Because they screwed her up since she came up.
Yep. I mean, you just gotta build your stars again. And yeah, you have the talent to build the stars. You need the storylines to push the talent. You need the time in the stories.
But we'll talk more about the women later on. But another huge thing, Jacob, what the hell was this? Ring of Honor letting go of not just one, not just two, the whole roster released. Jacob, what the hell happened, man? What? This must be the first time in wrestling history.
Yeah, so I'm going to read the quote here from Ring of Honor on their official Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this was posted 4 days ago, which would have been the 27th. So this is what their quote was. Throughout the pandemic, our top priority was to keep everyone healthy and safe. And despite not producing any live events over 18 months, we're able to keep everyone fully contracted. Now we find ourselves at a time where we need to make changes to our business operations and are planning a pivot for Ring of Honor with a new mission and strategy. The year will culminate at Final Battle in December, and we will be taking our first quarter of 2022 to work internally to reimagine Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor has the most dedicated fans in the industry, and we appreciate the loyalty and patience as we recognize, or the patience as we restructure Ring of Honor. We anticipate returning to live events in April for the Supercard of Honor with a new fan focused product and provide a unique experience for wrestling fans. So that's the official quote from Ring of Honor. That being said, no one's seen this one coming, and I'm sure some of the wrestlers knew it was coming. So allegedly, Ring of Honor is going to take off the first quarter of the year. The question is, does Ring of Honor come back or not? And if Ring of Honor comes back, what do you do with Ring of Honor now?
Dude, this news was big. Like Sports Illustrated even did a huge article talking about like the mismanagement spelt the demise of Ring of Honor as we know it. Like Sinclair just botching this to hell. Sinclair Broadcast Group and the COO Jeff Koff, who I never knew who he was until this debacle. You can't just say, "Oh, we're releasing everyone," and the wrestling world just be quiet. I mean, shoot, we go off on WWE when they released talent. This is They're like, hold my beer, WWE.
Yeah. I mean, at least they didn't play favoritism. I mean, everyone across the board got let go.
That's true. Everyone got treated equally. They're like, you're all out.
And it was crazy because like my Instagram, my Facebook, all of that was just all the Ring of Honor stars just putting out like, I have booking openings. Here's my email. For bookings, email so-and-so at so-and-so.com. Which that's all that was my Instagram for 2 days. So the question now becomes, who goes where, who does what, and what becomes of Ring of Honor? Because there's a shitload of talent there. The Briscoe brothers just won the GCW Tag Team Championships last weekend. So they're doing. I mean, the Briscoes are always just going to be the Briscoes. But I mean, like you have a lot of options. Is AEW going to pick up a bunch of these guys?
Not just pick up. I think they should buy it. I think they should just buy it.
That'd be smart.
Just buy it. Just buy the whole thing right now.
Get it fucking dirt cheap.
Yep. Right now, do it. You buy it, get whatever. Don't you buy it before these contracts are released, and then you rework the people you want to keep.
Yeah. And make Ring of Honor AEW's farm system. Make it, instead of having AEW Dark, just have AEW presents Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, do it better. But do you remember when WWE bought ECW, then restarted ECW?
Yeah, for like it was so weird. They were doing like hot seconds every 10 years.
Yeah, it was trash. But you can definitely do something though. I mean, it's Ring of Honor. I mean, Ring of Honor has crazy history of getting the best wrestlers in the world before they become the most popular wrestlers in the world. I mean, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, Young Bucks. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. And there, like I said, there's so much talent there. You can do whatever. I mean, there's a couple people I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. Brody King. I mean, him and Alistair or Malachi Black now, they're the tag team champions for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla right now. I mean, bring Brody King into it. He's insanely good, What's going to happen to Roosh? Bring that whole faction into AEW and team him up with Andrade. There's so many options here. I mean, I think you nailed it on the head. Just buy the company.
Just buy it. Just buy it from them. If they can't handle it, like, hey, we'll buy this off of you. Like, we might find a job for you if you're interested, and then just go from there. Like, it'd be a huge pop. Like, it'd be huge.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a smart decision on AEW. I wouldn't let any of these people go anywhere else. Just get them for yourselves. I don't think any of them will go to WWE because WWE can't even handle their own damn roster.
Well, they're not hiring any more indie stars, remember?
That's true. That was WWE. Yeah, they don't want to hire indie guys. They want to hire.
They want to make their own stars.
Their own stars. But I mean, when's the last own star that they made?
Oh God. I don't know. Lana.
And if anyone's gonna say Roman, I was like, no, not Roman. He has a whole wrestling family pedigree. Obviously not Charlotte. I mean, sure, Charlotte started wrestling there, but we see who her dad is.
I mean, you have the 4 horsewomen. I mean, they did minus Charlotte. Becky, Sasha, and Bayley were unknown.
That is true. But I guess when I think about grow their own stars, I feel like Sasha. Oh, I know Sasha and Bayley loved wrestling before. I don't know if they spent that much time in some small dojo gym or whatever. But I was just thinking about Joe Schmuck, who's never gone anywhere, and then shows up to the Performance Center, and then he's on the cover of ESPN. I think the 4 horse. That was a good pick though.
I'd say that'd be the most popular ones, because I mean NXT, including old NXT, was all indie stars.
Yes.
So even the last big class, I mean, Rollins is obviously a major indie star. Bryan, indie star. Joe, all those guys.
If we had a list of the champions right now, the WWE champ of the past maybe 10 plus years, 90% of it were people who were indie stars.
Yep.
You already named Seth, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan. I mean,
I can guess who's going to be your next major stars.
Fake Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, bingo. Braun Breaker, whatever the hell his name is now. I'm not sure what the hell they're going. He'll be the next big thing. No quote unquote, no pun intended. But like Ring of Honor, like they end up making Ring of Honor like the next like super indie show where you really don't have contracts. You just hire indie guys just to come in and just do their thing. Who fuck knows? It'll be interesting. Or does it just dissolve? I don't see it completely dissolving. I think someone like you said, I think AEW could pick that up. God, I really hope so now.
I think they could. But you brought up NXT, and something major did happen at NXT. They had Halloween Havoc on Tuesday, and there was a whole bunch of new champions, but the biggest one was Mandy Rose beating your favorite champion, Raquel Gonzalez, for the NXT Women's title. And with Mandy, I mean, I'm really happy Mandy Rose won. I know you're not the biggest fan of hers, but I've always been a fan of hers because, like, obviously she's very attractive, and she is the complete opposite of Lana for me. Like, she's been trying since she got there to actually like get better. She doesn't mess up in the media storylines with the Otis thing and all that. But Mandy's winning that NXT title for me signified what we've been saying off podcast for years and on the podcast for the past year. Like, if you don't have something for someone on the main roster, instead of just cutting them, send them to NXT, have them reinvent themselves, find their new them, and let it ride. Because she's the hottest thing in NXT right now. Toxic Attraction. She changed her look. She changed her attitude. And now look at it. Like, this is my big fan. That's it. Hey, you got the fan approval from the wrestling expert, Mr. Consistent Jacob Mason, for your hard work. That's real.
Honestly, I probably would have been a fan of anybody who finally took out Raquel Gonzalez as champion. Old Blandy McBlanderson. So yeah, shout out to Mandy Rose for kicking ass and taking names. It was cool seeing.
Yeah. Like,
it's different. It's the same, but it's different.
Mm-hmm. One of those title wins where everyone was like, yeah, she deserved it. And she got love from all the other wrestlers and all that for all the hard work. Because WWE really screwed up the greatest storyline they've had in like 10 years with her and Otis. Just randomly broke them up for no reason. Like, and then she was back to obscurity. And then they're like, oh, well, send her to NXT, see what she does. And here we are. I know there's a lot of released superstars who could have loved that same treatment.
Oh, for sure.
There's people on the current roster who should go. I've been saying forever, send Sami Zayn back. Again, like you said, they're the third brand. They're not developmental anymore. So it shouldn't be fine if you have them on the trading blocks to NXT.
Bingo.
I mean, you saw what Finn Balor did when he went back. Reinvent. I mean, it is like I'm excited for her. I'm excited to see what that goes from here in hell. I would absolutely mark the hell out if she's keeps improving, and then when she drops the title to someone there and she comes and takes out Charlotte. Will that happen? No. But a guy can dream. Jacob, you brought up earlier about the women getting some time, and we are far from the give divas a chance, now give women a chance. But people, if you didn't know, there was a Queen of the Ring tournament, and it was finished at Crown Jewel. We did not cover Crown Jewel because, we didn't. But the time the women got in this entire tournament was baffling. And Jacob, I'm going to throw these numbers out to you for all of the leading up to the finals because I didn't. Selena Vega versus Toni Storm was 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Carmella versus Liv, 1 minute, 33 seconds. Shayna versus Dana, 1 minute and 22 seconds. Natalya versus Doudrop, 2 minutes, 59 seconds. Carmella versus Selena Vega, 2 minutes, 41 seconds. Shayna versus Doudrop, 2 minutes, 46 seconds. There was one SmackDown where Roman Reigns' entrance was longer than the two women's matches on the card combined. And Jacob, some of those names, those were names of people who were really mad about that Fox stat thing. I mean, I think you see where you're at. And you know, it's funny how we talked about this off camera with Byron. You look at those names, you see any 4 horsewomen on those?
Nope.
I mean, we don't know where she's been. You see Asuka on those?
Nope.
I mean, currently, because Bianca's hot, you see Bianca Belair on that?
Nope.
There's your pecking order of women in the company. Just saying.
Nope.
Anything to add on that?
It's not like there's bad talent there. I feel bad for them. I mean, I'll be 100% real with you. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for Facebook and our messenger group chat, wouldn't have known shit about the women's Queen of the Ring. Wouldn't have known nothing. You want to know why? Because they didn't promote it. They didn't do shit with it. Mm-hmm. It was, oh, hey, Thea Trinidad just won the fucking Queen of the Ring tournament. Like, oh, cool. Anyways, like it's kind of like that meme. It's the Jeremy Clarkson meme of like such and such happened. Oh no. Anyways, you just move on. Just screw it. Like, does the king / queen of the rings even matter anymore? I don't think so.
They brought it back, and then, like you said, it was very under promoted. And like just to end in, here's my thing too. The fact that it ended in Saudi Arabia, sure, they want to do like the history and all that. But your pay-per-view is at 2 p.m. on a Thursday or Friday, one of the two. But if you want to make history, that you're going to have the less eyes seeing it, because contrary to popular belief, Vince, most of your fan base does go to work, and they work, and they can't just watch a 4 to 6 hour pay-per-view on their phone at work unless they're working from home. But even that is like, hey, you can't just.
Even then, I still don't watch your damn Blood Money pay-per-view.
So it's like, that's bad. That was bad. Like, I think if they want to have bigger eyes on it, I think they should have dragged this out. It should have been at Survivor Series.
That, or I mean, what was it? Was it the Evolution pay-per-view?
Evolution. And also they're trying to get that back. I don't think they'll ever have it back, because what the hell are you about to have wrestled? If, again, like we say it all the damn time, if you're not one of the 4, get the fuck out of the door.
No, I mean, fuck, if you want to do it cool or cooler, because it's just my opinion. Do an actual tournament like they used to do back in the day. Do it like a Grand Prix style, all in one night, and you go back and forth, one right after the other, where you have men's match, women's match, men's match, women's match, and go all the way down. And either A, just have an all women's pay-per-view one, the Queen of the Ring pay-per-view, or and then have your King of the Ring, like do the Grand Prix style, where you actually see like, you know, quote unquote damage, you know, continues on throughout the matches, you know, because you can play it up perfectly. Oh, so and so injured their leg in the first match. Oh man, they keep going at it the second match. Oh man, that leg keeps getting messed up, you know. You can do something like that. You can do anything. That's the way I do it. But who the hell gives a shit right now? It doesn't mean anything. Congratulations. You get a crown. You act like a king for 2 months, and then you go back to obscurity.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see what Xavier Woods does. But do you think Zelina Vega actually winning the Queen of the Ring tournament helps her stock really at all that much?
Not unless she's the one who she's on Raw, unless she's the one who takes the title of Becky Lynch. Now, if you go from, because I remember we were all shocked she came back, because, you know, She got fired because she opened the OnlyFans, and then her husband went to AEW, but then she comes back here, but then she was losing most of the time. Then randomly, Queen of the Ring. Okay. I personally thought Shayna should have won it all to reestablish her, but whatever. Like, I mean, she's got to start mowing these people down. She has to like get to at least number one contender, but I don't think she's going to. Like you said, it'll be mid-November. People will be like, "Oh, she won Queen of the Ring. It's already been forgotten."
The only reason it'll be remembered is because Michael Cole's going to scream it in the microphone every night. The Queen of the Ring, Zelina Vega. No, the Queen of... That's all you're going to hear. It's all you're going to hear.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so they messed that up. I mean, Xavier, he was pushing for King of the Ring comeback, so it was nice to like get the update seeing him win. I know people were mad that Finn lost, but I don't think that's going to be that. Xavier Woods isn't going to be out there fighting for the WWE title anytime soon. But you brought up Lana, and then I was just looking through stuff, catching up with some quick things. Lana did have that article saying that if she would have been a champion if she looked like Charlotte Flair. And I want to read you the direct thing that Lana said. She said, and I quote, probably 2017 or 18, I felt like if I could bulk up and look like Charlotte Flair, then maybe I could become champion. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me. Not everyone can be genetically superior and also have a famous father that is 16 or 17 time champion. His daughter is going to surpass him pretty soon. Jacob, what did you think of Charlotte's comment? You already know how I feel about Lana, so I feel like Mandy Rose is the omega evolution of what a Lana type can be, attractive, but Lana wasn't putting effort in the ring like that. She wasn't training, and Mandy Rose trains, and she works out all the time, and Lana was too busy trying to, get caught having sex on the beach on Total Divas.
So you get that Bang energy drink money.
Oh God! But what'd you think of her quote, man?
No, I God damn it! I hate the fact I'm even taking Charlotte's side here. I hate myself for this. That being said, I don't know, you would have had a personality other than I'm playing the dumb blonde. If she would have had some depth, at least in her character, and could actually wrestle. And let's be honest, Lana was an absolute wonderful person for this podcast because we had our Lana moments every single episode back in the day.
Yes.
So thanks, Lana, for all that quality content you brought us, but it was for all the wrong reasons. What was okay here? What was Lana's crowning achievement in the WWE?
Holy shit!
I mean, honestly, what was like her moment? She closest she came to a moment was winning the tag titles, which she still should have done. Damn you, WWE, for screwing that up. But other than that, what was her crowning achievement?
Man, now I'm going through Lana's top things. Obviously, well, that's not even crowning achievement. Her getting put through the tables for literally 2 months straight. Her messing up the Dolph Ziggler storyline was bad. The Bobby Lashley storyline was bad. That Raw where Rock really just freaking ragged down on Lana, that was bad. That was terrible. Lana's best moments was early Rusev.
Yeah, I was gonna say back when she was a quote unquote manager for Rusev was probably like I think that was the crowning achievement of Lana, and she was a shitty manager. Although the stuff her and Enzo Amore did was damn hilarious.
Yeah, but you can't say like she was never in a main event. She never carried a match. She never won a title. I would have said maybe her crowning achievement was her being the one who got hurt so that Becky Lynch could enter the Rumble and win.
Could be. But You see the pattern here? There's not a Lana winning moment here.
Yeah.
There's not a Lana going over. It's a Lana going through tables. It's a Lana getting injured. It's a Lana getting this. It's not Lana winning shit. So, You know what? No, Lana, I wish I could support you. I wish I didn't take Charlotte Flair's side, but you don't have anything backing you up here. I'm sure you had your moments where you legitimately tried. I'm also more than positive there was a lot of times you screwed so much shit up and screwed over so many people, a la the third party ban. What do you expect?
Right. It's wild. Since we went from Lana, there's another woman we haven't, Tessa. Give our little Tessa thing. She's gonna be working on that stuff with not Paige, AJ, right?
Yep, on Women of Wrestling.
But is she gonna be wrestling though, or is she just?
Yeah, I think she's still technically under contract with them.
Wow. I mean, okay. All right, whatever. Just some other quick things. Big E, they're giving him like the real like champion treatment. He was on sports. He was on Fox Sports. He was promoting college because he went to Iowa. He was there at game day for Iowa Penn State. He's been on Breakfast Club, so he's doing good. Don't know how long he's going to have the title, but he did say something interesting that he said that when he signed on to developmental, he was only making $500 a week.
Damn.
Yeah, so
that was back in the Florida FCW days, though.
Yeah, before. Yep, you're right. Now
we also I got to say this much: shout out Big E for killing it in the promos for the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury intros. That was badass, and I love how he still got in like his WWE stuff, saying like, "Oh, it's a new day," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, hell yeah!"
Yeah. He's doing well. Iconics won. I mean, they came back. Well, not the Iconics anymore. The Inspirations. They came back and won those tag team championships. So shout out to, as the WWE fans would know, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, but Cassie and Jessica. PWI had and their 150 had Bianca Belair number one. Her number one just means the L7C is number one because we were behind her before anyone else. And that has been recorded.
Mickie James won the Impact Women's Championship. Oh, Impact had a bunch of stuff going on. They had all new champions and Iconics. Mickie James, Jordan Grace won their internet champion or social media digital. I don't know what the hell champion is.
That champion. I'm like, what the hell is that title? But Jordan Grace, I like her. So, but yeah, I mean, and then with Billy and with the Inspirations, the only tag team in history to win the WWE Women's and the Impact Knockout Tag Team Championship. So WWE screwed the pooch on letting them go, but that's a whole other. They could have been right now feuding with Toxic Attraction on NXT, but they messed that up.
That makes sense.
Bray Wyatt. This was a couple days ago, where it's no complete should have been over yesterday or today.
It's over. It's technically done. I believe it. I thought it was done. It was done Friday.
Yeah. So where do we see him? Where do we see him show up?
AEW.
Pay-per-view? November? Is it November is all?
It's Full Gear.
Full Gear? Is it Full Gear?
Is the one coming up, but I don't know. I don't know if you have him show up at the pay-per-view. If you do, what do you have him do? Because I mean, even Matt Hardy was talking about his dastardly no compete, as he put it. So I mean, does he go back with Matt Hardy? But Matt Hardy's not like Broken Matt, so I don't know. Be interesting. Wherever he goes, whatever he does, I'm going to be here for it. Can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, he's that guy has brought you so much heartbreak and joy
Oh,
like it's wild. Only just other quick thing I do want to say, just for a feel good thing, that Titus O'Neil, well, his real name Thaddeus M. Bullard, he opened up an academy, a middle school in his hometown of Tampa, Florida. And that's just one dude who's just, man, he's an overall good dude.
yeah, for sure.
Still has the greatest funny moment of all time sliding underneath the ring, but he's a good dude, man.
He is a genuinely good 100% dude. Guy is legit. Guy actually cares about his community and everything else. And at least we not forget he still got suspended for trying to hug Vince McMahon.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Let's not. Oh, that was bad. Oh, yeah, because that's when I said the straight up bitches shit.
Because you guys, it pissed me off. I'll be completely real. It pissed me off that you had Stephanie McMahon going like, oh my God, congratulations, Titus O'Neil, for getting this school named after you because you're such a good damn human being.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm like, Pepperidge Farm remembers when you assholes suspended him because he was just trying to be a good dude to a crying Vince McMahon, but fuck you, Titus. You know, the fuck out of here. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just a grumpy old man. I'm not sure. Shit, I don't forget that stuff. Bunch of dicks.
Jacob, man, anything else, man? Well, those were the biggest stories happening right now. I do think when we come back in a couple of weeks, since we did the draft thing, we should do a little like pick our own Survivor Series, because that'll be the next big pay-per-view coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what's the next big things coming up? What Survivor Series is?
Yeah, I think Survivor Series. We could build our own teams.
Oh God, that'd be good. Are we just going to do WWE, or should we do fantasy booking or 4K Los Dos?
I think last time we did, but like when we did the fantasy draft, we did first WWE, and the next one we open it up to like every company.
Which is hilarious considering like I had like some Ring of Honor people on there. And fast forward 2 weeks later, and there's like going to be a fantasy booking of like who the hell is going to pick out the Ring of Honor stars.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny, man. Like those are always good times. Like I'm not even trying to think. I think obviously doing with the WWE roster currently right now would be tough because.
And then are we going? I mean, is it? Oh, are we going to see SmackDown? NXT? Are we going to see NXT in the Survivor Series? You think
they should? I'm already calling it right now. Put all three women in a triple threat, and Mandy wins. Give her that rub, baby.
You think after Charlotte's last bullshit and the return of the man, they're going to give Mandy Rose the rub? Absolutely not. I
gotta have hope. Oh, I guess we should shout out Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, over 420-something days as champ. Yeah, he's about to make it to WrestleMania as champ. It'll be like 500 plus days.
We also have the Usos' other brother now in NXT.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for him. He'll have a call up next year.
Yeah, I mean,
joining the bloodline is the Butler.
Probably. As much as I said, hey, we're not going to talk about it. You know what? Good job, Mansoor, for keeping the Saudi Arabia streak going with 4 wins, no losses. The man can't be beaten on home turf, I guess. We'll see him for another year, but that works, I guess.
He's the Undertaker of that. Also, the weirdest thing of WWE, just last thing, unveiling their schedule early. Like they just unveiled their whole 2022 schedule with like a lot of the big pay-per-views, to be announced locations. Like they're like, oh, obviously we do Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. But WrestleMania is 2 days again. They have pay-per-views at like this place, pay-per-view at this place. They haven't put the name, like Money in the Bank's in Las Vegas.
SummerSlam's in Nashville.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of. They're putting some of these on Saturdays now, which I think it's a good move because now you don't have the people like, oh, I got to go. Well, most people, oh, I got to go to sleep Sunday night and miss most of it because of work. Saturday is
or
like,
I got to take off Monday if I go to said event, because there's been rumors here in the Mason Double Wide of possibly attempting to go to SummerSlam this coming year
in Nashville. Saturday, July 30th. I mean, that man, that's a good weekend. I've never been. I've heard from people Nashville's a great time and it's a tourist place.
We were just in Nashville. It's like Las Vegas and New Orleans had a baby in the country, and that's Nashville. It's a wild but fun town. So, and Nissan Stadium is pretty cool. And we drove right by that. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be off that week anyway. So, might be going to that possibly.
Let's see. Jacob, anything else, man, before we sign off?
Man, I think we covered it. I mean, it's kind of been, there's been a lot that's happened, but it's also kind of been kind of slow right now with wrestling. But it's just that time of the year. Give it, it's going to be a slow, Survivor Series, but after that, it's going to slow down, and it's going to pick right back up, and welcome to WrestleMania season.
And as we do close this, the curse will happen. We will close this, and then
something dramatic will happen.
Something dramatic will happen.
Ring of Honor is going to get bought like 5 minutes after we close out here.
Then we have to come right back on.
We're coming right back on part 2 special.
The emergency pods, man, where if something happens and we're awake, oh yeah, we will go right to 1 a.m. and record. But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast, Wrestling Edition. You know what we do. We keep you up to date on all the wrestling things. We'll be back in a couple weeks to maybe do our Survivor Series picks, and we'll see how the Charlotte thing's going. What's up?
Okada won the G1 Climax.
Yep.
Or the tournament. So, yeah, shout out to Okada for winning that yet again. He's going to main event Wrestle Kingdom. Back to your closing statements.
Oh, that we do love Okada over here, so that's perfectly fine. With that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. You guys take care. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.